They want to be global country, but they still.
Maybe they look at you.
Huh? Huh? You're so much shy and afraid so. I had so many topics like 안녕히 가세요, 잘 가세요, bye bye, 내일.
Aisha! Aisha!
Hey!
Now then, don't stop talking.
So what about this? Work-life balance.
What about?
What about?
If you want to show me.
It's like love language.
Okay, let's make a break. Now I put together the questions that were about like living in South Korea or South Korea in general. First question is, do you ever get weird stares in Korea being a mixed woman and married to a Korean? I don't think so. People look at us.
Yes.
Yeah?
Because this Korean old person.
Maybe you can realize this more because before when you're alone, then people don't look at it. Or maybe they look at you.
No. But usually like they don't look at me, just like they look at you.
Yeah, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I don't really feel that. But the thing is also, I grew up in a country like in Italy where that time when I was born, there were almost no black people in my hometown. So that's why I remember people so much looked at me when I was a child. Then maybe I just got used to it that I don't really mind or don't realize when people stare at me. And that's why when people also are foreigners, they always say, oh my god, in the subway people are so much staring at this, and then I really don't feel like that.
Also, Asian people go outside country, Europe, or then they also so much look at me. So this not only Korea problem.
Yeah, and also it's not something bad. They just see, oh, this person looks different. Have you ever experienced racism in Korea? I never experienced racism because that's about our race, like about me being black. But I experienced some things that I cannot do as a foreigner.
Yeah.
Like for example, I cannot make kakao. Or there are sometimes which no foreigners here. Or they want divide. Here foreigners, here Korean. But not at the airport, but at normal places.
Because this like government job.
Some documents I cannot download from the internet, but Korean people can do. Or they don't understand my name. I cannot put inside my name into the official account.
Korean this means just not global.
Yeah, they're just not
Country,
used to it.
Yes.
They still need to.
Yes, they want to be global country, but they still like.
There's still
So
much work to do.
Yes, I'm Korean, so I know Korea really. You cannot see this lazy person. Maybe this 1%, but they just behind hiding something like bad comment like this. You cannot feel this.
They say it behind your back.
Yeah.
I want to move to Korea, but I heard it's hard to make friends as a foreigner. Is that true? I must say yes, that's true. It's very difficult. If you want to make Korean friends, it's almost difficult.
Let's go school or work. You need inside this
community.
yes.
Yeah, but if you just come here, and many foreigners come here, usually many people come here to teach or to work as an entertainer. Of course, you are not in a setup. Like you're not in a, I think if you are a student, maybe you can get to know other Korean people, or if you work in a company, the people from your office, and then you can make friends maybe. I just experienced also most of my friends don't have Korean friends. If they have, then these people really can speak very good English or have been living outside of Korea for a long time. That's the sad truth.
Because this like with so much different language, that's why.
And also Koreans usually have their friends from school. They don't meet new friends after. Advice for people who want to live in Korea. Number one advice, learn Korean.
Learn Korean,
Yes,
this
Korean,
most,
right?
yes.
It's most important.
Yes, because this Korean usually cannot talk.
Yeah, it's also easier to understand the country if you can speak Korean. The culture is so much inside the language.
I think it's most important just you need to be open mind, because if you cannot talk in Korea but just saying Korean language is so much different. Study and saying this easy, but so much different use
Yeah.
same word.
Yes.
You also can talk like this. Yeah. Like this talking, but
Yeah,
this
how
all
you
people.
talk on the phone.
Okay. So don't afraid just Korean talk. Just if you say, then Korean people they just like this. You want to say this? This may talk.
Yeah.
If you so much shy and afraid, so like this, then this don't make talk.
And then
Yeah.
they will not talk to you.
Yeah.
That's maybe one of the mistakes I do, and that's also why I didn't learn Korean that fast, is because I always wanted to only talk if I talk correctly. If I'm afraid to make mistakes, I rather don't say anything.
Aisha, she really like just be perfect personality. So if she inside have so many topics like 안녕히 가세요, 잘 가세요, bye bye, 내일 봐요. This so much different language, but she want this correct happen language. So she
안녕하세요. I know now.
yes, 안녕하세요, 안녕히 가세요, 다음에
When you
봐요.
say 안녕히 계세요, this is too much sharp.
No, 안녕히 가세요. This all doesn't matter. Just say.
But I think also many Korean people, they are afraid to talk English because they want to say it perfect. And
Yeah,
that's why
yes.
they don't do.
Yes,
But
also
you're
Korean.
not afraid to say something wrong, so that's why you learned English so well.
No, because I understand also I'm foreigner with you, right? You think I'm foreigner. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
What was a complete cultural shock for you when you moved to Korea? My very first big shock, I didn't imagine. If I think Korea, I never think this. So much drink. I always think, oh, so shy culture. When drink, there's so much change.
Korean person, real personality come outside.
When drink, yes. And also know how drink. Never stop and so fast. But it's also funny.
Also, my friend, right? They were so much different when they talk.
Yeah, first so shy and don't want to talk with me because they just shy and then drink. Then they always, Aisha, you know this, Aisha.
Hey!
Now they don't stop talking. Is it affordable to live in South Korea? First, I always thought it's cheap because main difference is if you go to a restaurant and you don't eat fancy restaurant, like normal restaurant, it's like it's not expensive eat outside, right? But other than that, food is expensive, no?
Yeah, city expensive.
Yes,
경기도.
apartments
Yes,
are so
apartment,
expensive,
yes.
like crazy expensive. When Fanta and Arlo go to school, also that I think we need to so free.
Yeah. If work, then still can live.
You can live in a cheap way in Korea, but I feel like old people, they want so much, always buy new stuff and always show they have new stuff, or want to buy always high quality and expensive stuff, and that's why you use so much money, and that's why also people work so much because they want to use so much money. They want spend money, so that's why they also work so much. In Italy, people, they have more this work-life balance.
What about?
Yes.
You say what about this? Work-life balance.
What about?
What about this?
Yes, they.
Korean use.
Really?
Yes.
If I don't earn so much money, this is okay because at least I can just enjoy my life. I don't need expensive car or like perfect apartment or clothes. Just live my life.
Korea now this Korean is so important topic because also this from I think this friend. Korea also like workers say, I'm so much important to my water. If you don't follow
other
other
people,
people, other
yeah.
things, then Korean lives so easy. Lazy culture, lazy country. I don't know.
No, it's not lazy.
I think
I don't want to use my time for, I don't know, cooking, so that's why I invent fast pedal.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait, so that's why everything is fast.
Yes.
So not lazy, just clever.
lazy, but clever. Clever person they know Korea have so many lazy people.
Why do you think the fertility rate is so low in South Korea? Do you know lots of people with kids?
This season people think like when make baby, then use so much money, so don't have time. This from water belt, you know. If I make baby, then really don't have water belt. Also, they don't want to marry.
No, but almost all your friends have kids.
Yes. Also, this community. If someone have, oh, this person make baby but so happy, they can see this, then they won't follow this, right?
Yes. Many people say, many people, especially women, don't want to have kids because it's so difficult to go to work after, don't have maternity leave. But I also saw that from the comments, for example, from our nanny, like people were saying that in America also there's very short maternity leave, only 6 weeks or 2 months. But still, America doesn't have the problem. I think there's another reason why people don't want to make kids. Because also now, with postpartum and also daycare, we don't pay for daycare. In other countries, you need to pay so much. And also, they have the option to stay until 6 p.m., right? The government does so much, but still people don't want to have kids. So the reason is something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Enjoy their own life and don't take care of kids. I think it's that.
This one reason, like my high school, they show this so much reality make baby woman like almost die. Then I think this woman afraid.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why everyone does surgery.
Yes. I think this Korean doctor government like foundation.
And they work together.
Yes, they make this scary. I don't know this like so much rumor. Just kidding. Free life or I don't want make me.
A person like me.
Too much info. Also
better.
Yeah. Also we talk. Two kids this talking.
We always say good things.
All can do this.
So much happy.
Yeah, happy. I would say make baby is good.
If a Korean person watch me, baby. That was it. The other topic is next time. I'm tired.
Yes.
And thanks so much for watching. See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, like it.
구독.